I've said that this is Men's History Month, and I want to give you the first example of a pitiful man, a dishonest man, and a man who is helping to brainwash other young black men and women. His name is LeBron James. And first, LeBron, this is from Breitbart. LeBron says that sometimes it feels like we're going back to some kind of a slavery or Jim Crow. Sometimes it feels like we're going back to some kind of slavery or Jim Crow. Let me remind you, I don't know how old this man is, but I don't think he was around during, he doesn't even know anything about slavery or Jim Crow. And LeBron James just signed a contract with the Los Angeles Lakers, and it was buku money. And he's lying. He's an evil, godless kind of a person. And Satan is his father, and he is a great deceiver. And black people like this have been doing this for the last 70 years or so, deceiving in order to manipulate and control. And unfortunately, so many black people are blinded by their anger because they hate their mothers and grandmothers and they're yearning for their fathers. They believe into this lie. And so we have a little background on LeBron James coming up for you in a minute. But he was interviewed by Don Lemon of CNN. So we got these couple of sound bites from that. He opened a school for poor kids in Akron, Ohio. And he was featured on CNN with Don Lemon. Here's the first soundbite. This is from CNN. Don Lemon mentioned both their single mothers are their heroes. Here's that soundbite.
And about the single mom,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And I relate to that because I grew up with a single mom who's my hero. Your mom is your hero.
Yep.
Beta male. Beta males. John brings up immigration kids being taken away.
You said that when your boy never returned home, but then there are kids are returning home, and you think about the kids that are being taken away, right?
Yeah.
The same thing that your heart like breaks when you think
absolutely.
someone comes over, they want a better life, and all of a sudden their kids are being taken away from them. Can you imagine that feeling?
No, I can imagine that. And we've always grown up saying this is the land of the free and the opportunity here in America. And to be a parent, to be a father, to be a husband, and to think that you can have a beautiful family one day and then the next day they could be taken away is something that you never ever could imagine.
The deception, they're talking about illegal aliens. And these two mommy boys, mama is their hero, hate the Great White Hope. They hate good. They hate the president. And so they're talking about illegal aliens. And I'm sick and tired of black people being so, not all, but most, blinded and dumb to what's really happening. Illegals are coming in, and they are affecting blacks first and foremost in a major way, a negative way. But because they don't think for themselves, because they hate their mothers and grandmothers, they now hate white people, they'd rather destroy themselves and in an attempt to get back at white folks for nothing, because whites haven't done anything to them. Don went on to ask this idiot, what you tell your kids who are living while black?
Like, how do you tell these kids, even with that, when you're just living while black, how do you get them to keep going?
I think
You know the incidents I'm talking about, right?
Absolutely. And I think the best way to tell them to keep going is that no matter how successful you could become, no matter who you are, when you're an African-American kid, man or female, you're always going to be going against obstacles.
That doesn't make sense to me. Everybody goes against that. What does that have to do with being black? That's such a dumb question. What do you tell your kids? What do you tell your kids who are living while black? Can you get any dumber and evil than that? This is why you have the young generation of black kids believing this lie that so-called racism exists and that white people are against them. These black people are doing this to them, not white folk. Well, liberal, godless whites are doing it, but normal white people are not doing this. Black people are doing it to their own kids. What do you tell your kids while living black? That's it's funny. It's so dumb. And and then he asked, being African American in America is always tough in reference to the N-word being written on his gate. Remember when he moved to Bel Air, out here in L.A. to Bel Air, I believe? Was it Brentwood. He said somebody put the so-called N-word on his gate. We never saw it, so I don't believe it. And if they did, so what? But he said someone put the N-word on his gate, and Don is asking about that. Here's that soundbite.
That no matter how big you can become, no matter how successful you are, no matter what you do in the community, no matter what you do in your profession, being an African American in America is always tough, and they always gonna let you know that you are the N-word, no matter who you are. And that was just a reset.
That's such a lie. It's such a lie. It's just a lie. And then with Trump, people throwing it in your face. Here's that.
You think it's harder to be, when you see these incidents of just about people living, just being black, and what happened to you, your house, all of that, do you think it's harder now, or do you think it's always been there, we're just seeing it because of cell phones and...
No, I think it's always been there. But I think the president in charge now has given people, they don't care now. They throw it in your face now. Yeah.
So this man, so-called beta male, has just gotten a contract with the Los Angeles Lakers. And he and this other beta male, Don Lemon, are still crying so-called racism. Why do white people support these kind of people? The whites are still going to show up at these games. They're going to buy these products, and they're going to, and so they're saying to black kids and Mexicans and others that LeBron James is right, what he's saying about us, and we're so sorry, and we're just going to help you by financing you. It's the dumbest thing. It's like these white people who send their kids to the public schools, knowing that the blacks and the Mexicans are beating up their kids, but they send them back anyway. Go on out there, son or daughter. Let them just brutalize you. We did it in slavery, during slavery, and Jim Crow. I have a little bit more about this idiot, LeBron James, that's going to blow your mind. He's a liar, but he has mama issues. Check out my nonprofit organization, Bond. We are rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. 28 years of doing that, showing men how to overcome and return to their natural state of being. We tutor, we counsel, we have an entrepreneur academy where we're showing them how to start a business. It's amazing. And it's because of you we've been able to do it, not one dime from the government. Go to rebuildingtheman.com, make a donation there, rebuildingtheman.com, or you can call 800-411-BOND, 800-411-2663. Also, I want to remind you to let everybody and their mama know that if you have cable and satellite or satellite, you can get Newsmax TV. It is one of the fastest or the fastest growing network in this country. And Joel, I'm going to tell you the satellites and cable companies that NewsmaxTV.com is on now. Good morning, Joel.
Good morning.
How you, sir?
Pretty good.
All right, hit me.
Okay, AT&T, Uverse, Verizon, Fios, DirecTV, Dish Network, Amazon Fire Stick for streaming devices, or NewsmaxTV.com.
Amazing. So don't forget, telephone, telegraph, tell your mama. Let everybody know. It's so amazing. So we're talking about LeBron James, a beta male and an evil person, along with Don Lemon, deceiving the black folks in order to use them for personal gain and power. James is here, my producer, and he has some more background history on LeBron James. I just want to show you how evil this guy is. He has mother issues and daddy issues. It's not about white people. And by the way, they are beta males. LeBron James just signed a $154 million deal with the Lakers for 4 years. $154 million. And it feels like slavery and the Jim Crow law. Do you feel like Jim Crow laws or slavery with $154
million?
I mean, $154 million will give me Jim Crow. If that's what Jim Crow or slavery feel like, sign me up. James is here. Give us some more background on this guy.
Okay, well, I want to remind everybody that in 2014, LeBron wore an I Can't Breathe t-shirt along with a bunch of teammates.
Hands up. I can't breathe. Hands, dummies.
And that was at a basketball game, using sports to divide, because he complained the other day about Trump using sports to divide. In 2016, LeBron gave a speech for Black Lives Matter at the ESPYs Awards show.
And Black Lives Matter is the most evil, radical, agitative organization that was founded by black lesbians. You like that word? Black lesbians and radical homosexuals and godless white social justice warriors. They are worse than the KKK. And a quick reminder, the fallen Messiah, Barack Hussein Obama, the worst president ever, invited heads of Black Lives Matter to the White House. That's who they are.
And in 2017, LeBron held a big press conference after the N-words was supposedly written on his gate in Brentwood.
He held a press conference. They put the N-word on my gate in Brentwood, and we saw no evidence of it at all.
He went on and on about it, but we cut a short thing about how being black in America is tough.
$154 million, tough. And this been going on, these lies have been going on for 60 to 70 years by the so-called civil rights leaders and others. The black caucus, the civil rights leaders, the most of the black preachers who are not called by God, but by their mama. And now the so-called sports people, and it's just a mess. Blacks are their own worst enemies. They are. So LeBron James' issues started in the home. He needs to overcome his mama. And James is going to give you that. It's so amazing. I want you to listen up so you can know that this beta male is lying. Go ahead, James.
All right. According to Heavy and ESPN, he had a 16-year-old single mother, Gloria James, who had casual sex with his father, who has been convicted of arson and theft, Anthony McClellan. And LeBron said that growing up, he saw a lot of drugs, guns, and killings growing up. And according to Complex, when he was in fourth grade, he missed 82 out of 160 days of school.
Amazing.
And the reason for that, his mother served 7 days in jail for crimes like trespassing and disorderly conduct. And he was too ashamed to go to school because of his mother. And his mom, at the end of the school year, the teacher gave him a bunch of extra credit. And his mom helped him cheat on it because she did half of it and he did half of it. And so that was fourth grade. In fifth grade, he moved in apparently with a football coach, and he had perfect attendance.
Was it a white football coach?
I don't know. I forgot to find out. And this man introduced him to basketball too. At 18, starting with age 18, I believe, LeBron's been rejecting attempts by his father to connect.
See? He hates his father.
According to TMZ and Heavy, when he was 29 years old, his mother, who was 45 about at the time, got with a 32-year-old rapper, just 2 or 3 years older than LeBron. And this rapper later turned on LeBron and started just trashing him online on social media.
So according to TMZ and Heavy, LeBron James, when he was
29 years old.
29, his mother dated a 32-year-old rapper.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rapper turned up, and she was 45.
Uh-huh.
LeBron James got other issues, for, and it ain't Jim Crow. Go ahead.
According to The Shop, which is LeBron's little show, his mother acted crazy at games. And I've seen 10 years ago, he told his mother once to sit her A down. And so he said that at least once to her. But he says that he, watching his children play basketball, got into it with another kid's mother at the games. So what did he do? He went and apologized to his mother because that's how she was, and he hated it at the time, and now he's like that.
You become like what you hate. He should have been apologizing to his children, not his mama.
Right.
He became like his mother.
This reminded me of your book, The Antidote, where you deal with these people's lives.
You got to read The Antidote, my last book. It was amazing. It's about this kind of stuff. You would love it. I got to take a break. When I come back, I'll take your phone call. These are the issues that black people are dealing with, not this phony idea of racism. Thank you, James. Mm-hmm. Good morning, YouTube Live. Thank you for tuning in as well. I appreciate it. So we have a few pictures of the first one, I believe, is of LeBron James' mother and her 32-year-old boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, rapper. He's 32 and she's 45. No wonder LeBron James is so traumatized. I told you that the troubles of black Americans start in the homes. It has nothing to do with white folks. And we have more there. So that's LeBron hanging out with, is that the boyfriend? Yeah. With the boyfriend and the mother, the 32-year-old rapper, and the 45-year-old mother. And I believe LeBron James is about 33, 34 years old or something now. Yeah, something like that. I wonder what's that like for a mother to embarrass the children in that way, or your child. You're 45 years old, and you're so out to lunch, you're hanging out with a 32-year-old man and calling that your boyfriend. He was embarrassed by her crimes to other kids. She embarrassed this man. LeBron been traumatized by his mother. But I just want to play this, and then I get get to your calls. This is from AP in 2017, where LeBron says, being black in America is tough.
You know, being black in America is tough.
So this man lives in Brentwood. Donald Trump can't afford to live in Brentwood, California. And being black in America is tough. $154 million contract with the Lakers for 4 years, give me tough.